All markets are intercorrelated and interconnected. And we know because of Rule 217 that no stock market can escape the US's gravity. This includes crypto. Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, just collapsed. And it was under the watchful eye of the regulators, who were again asleep at the wheel. Silicon Valley Bank recently sold a $21 billion bond portfolio, consisting mostly of US Treasuries, for a $1.8 billion loss, and therefore it needed to do a capital raise. To cover its asset shortfall, SVB announced on Thursday it would sell $2.25 billion in common equity and preferred convertible stock, which led to some SVB clients, such as Peter Thiel's Future Fund, pulling out. In short measure, the FDIC stepped in and shut SVB down. Grant Becker, the president and CEO at SVB, stepped down as the director of the San Francisco Fed. We can see that the SVB fallout continues to spread around the entire planet. Circle's USDC coin is the second largest stablecoin in the world, and it has $3.3 billion in reserves at SVB, and of course it caused it to depeg. It's unclear how many assets are custodied on behalf of crypto VCs that are still stuck in Silicon Valley Bank, but it could be in excess of $5 billion worth. As USDC depegged because of the SVB collapse, crypto whales suffered huge losses. MakerDAO is filing an emergency proposal to address its $3.1 billion USDC exposure. All financial markets are interdependent and intercorrelated, and Circle's USDC instability causes domino effect on DAI USDD stablecoins. A USDC investor shelled out $2 million to receive 5 cents in Tether, trying to evade the crash. What is witnessed here? We had an insolvency in the main markets in a bank that was regulated and was under the SEC purview. And this has caused millions and millions of dollars worth of losses in associated markets and markets all around the world. What good are regulators if they don't actually uphold their mandate of protection? We've seen the regulators, especially the SEC, pay out on crypto, of course, with the FTX collapse. With the assertion that crypto creates the problem, now we can see the banking sector creating a problem in crypto, and banking is SEC regulated. USDC depegs as Circle confirms $3.3 billion stuck with Silicon Valley Bank, SVB. And Circle's USDC exposure to US banks could top $9 billion. Here we're talking about crypto's exposure to US banks. US banks are supposed to be safe. They are under regulatory scrutiny all the time. US banks offer securities that come under the authority of the Securities Exchange Commission, so there should be no problem whatsoever. But you can see there are problems. Regulators don't stop problems. We can see in this case, and we can see in many other cases, regulators don't keep people safe. They are the unfortunate facts. I mentioned yesterday that Bitcoin was created in response to the global financial crisis, or the GFC, that wiped out trillions of dollars worth of value across the entire planet due to banking greed. Inside the masterclass, and especially in TM15, we talk about stablecoins are not stable, and they never have been. Right now, we see BUSD market capitalization falling off the planet, and DAI stablecoin capitalization also falling. But who's the beneficiary? It's Tether. Tether is USDT. When it comes to conversions from BUSD to USDT, you can see the BUSD has been very spiky. But compared to USDC, it's been nothing. A lot of people come out when the spike down occurs, but remember, these spikes tend to reflect back up. Sharp angles reflect. That's another rule from inside the masterclass. Whilst all this was occurring, what happened to Bitcoin? It's actually maintained itself very well. Bitcoin is currently trading higher than it was yesterday. Today, right now, it's $20,538. There are a lot of retail traders and investors supporting the 200-day moving average as well as the 50-day moving average. But please be aware, the Silvergate Bank and the Silicon Valley Bank dramas are just starting. Yesterday, I commented that the S&P 500 is lost its support level, and that's an ouch moment. The shocks of Silicon Valley Bank are going to be felt around the world. This is not a simple one-day sell-off or a two-day sell-off. That doesn't mean that you can't make money, but it does mean that if you're investing, watch out below. And it also means if you're trading, this is the ideal time to be very attuned to the market. The DXY has significant support between 103,710 and 103,900, and that support has been playing out inside the market. The DXY closed at 104,637. The other thing to bear in mind, there's a lot of structural resistance in the DXY between 105,570 and 105,795. Why do we care about this? Because as the DXY goes up, what typically happens, a lot of negative price momentum will occur inside markets. We must keep our eye on the DXY. What's the problem with the DXY? It doesn't trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's very lazy. It's not like crypto, which trades 7 days a week and never ever sleeps. Looking at the top 8 cryptos, we can see Bitcoin's gravitational alignment. We can see this really large sell down when all the banking problems hit the US market. And we've seen a minor amount of recovery in Bitcoin. This is generally a good thing. But I would warn you, this banking trouble is just starting. You must be mindful. We can also see that when we look at Tether against the US dollar, we can see it's been going up. USDC versus the US dollar suffered a pretty significant loss. And we can also see that Ethereum is following Bitcoin's gravity, BNB following Bitcoin's gravity, XRP also following, but now a little bit weaker. Matic also following, but look at this strength inside Matic, and ADA following. We can always make money in the crypto market due to its incredible volatility, but you must get on the right side of the percentage. We keep our eyes on the longs and the shorts because it helps us to understand what's happening. When the shorts pile into the market and the longs are coming out, we generally witness a sell-off. That is a very important thing to bear in mind. But when the longs start to pile in on the market, we generally witness, even if the shorts are coming up, we witness a stabilization or an increase in price as the shorts get liquidated. And what is this shaded area? That's Saturday, that's Sunday. So we're in weekend trading. In the last 24 hours, there's been 129.13 million in liquidations across 44,275 positions. And when we look to the past 24 hours, we can see about 51% of total liquidations were long. What about 12 hours? 57% short went the other way. Remember, the longs are piling in. What about the last 4 hours? 81% short. The longs are buying the dip. And what about the past hour? 94% short. The longs are really piling in. But just be aware, what you're seeing is the first stages of a banking crisis unfolding. This is the time to tread mindfully. It's critical to trade with knowledge. Make sure your foundations are very, very firm. Make sure you have the knowledge. Look at all the charts outside the crypto market, checking world events and collecting probabilities. You can see just how important this section is. Hopefully, what is playing out right now is that people that are just focused on the crypto market, they realize that they need to look into the main markets as well. And people who are in the main markets need to look into crypto. You need to look into all the markets. There are always opportunities, especially inside the crypto market, to get onto the right side of the percentage. At times like this, a lot of people are disheartened. From a technical angle, it's time to learn how to mark up your charts with the CTKS method. From an emotional perspective, it's time to embrace positive excellence and real wealth. Positive excellence is all about the acquirement of courage. And acquiring of courage is really difficult because our brains are geared towards fear. What you'll find over time, over a substantial number of decades, but hopefully quite much sooner, is that fear gets burnt away by losses. That you must persist. If it's in your blood, you'll just come back to it. So it's better to just persist and not go around the merry-go-round. Professional traders and professional investors extract the value out of disappointment, discomfort, and losses. They're always seeking to unlock a system. Systems are all about how to systematically buy and sell, and there's so many ways to buy and sell. One essential part of any system is have a process of checking across everything. Make sure that you understand what is going on, what's on the radar. For example, the banking sector. The next thing in any system, any trading or an investing system, is to have the right mental outlook. If you've not mastered emotional control, you'll be at the mercy of the markets. Instead, what we do as professionals is we know we control the trade or investment, but it's the market that controls the returns. We're all about raising our synchronization factor, getting into sync with the market. We don't go all in and more, we just scale in, starting small. Because we know that the markets actually transfer money from the desynchronized to the synchronized. The more synchronized you become, the more money that you make. The only way to get synchronized is to keep your finger on the pulse of the markets, and we do that here every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 1 day off every 4 years. I'd like to thank, from the bottom of my heart, every person who comments and watches every day. This is just a beautiful, beautiful global family that we have. We're a global family dedicated to assisting each other actually acquire more knowledge. Tales from the Man Cave said, I remember my first time experiencing a big sell-off in crypto. My exposure was much smaller than it is now, but I was still stunned. Creating a diamond mind is very important, and that's what we talk about inside the Masterclass. Tales said, the Masterclass gives us the foundation to develop our process. It takes the fear away and informs us that there is more to trading than the money. Whether I make more than bank interest in a few hours on whatever amount of money I put in ends up being almost the same thing. The market is like life, good days and bad days, superseding each other. And Tales said, it's very important to understand the rules. We have a thriving community in the comments, and Art said, in response to Tales, the learning never stops, and there is so much to learn from each other here. Rajat said, being involved in the process helps one to focus on small incremental improvements, rather than getting entangled in the results. The day we learn to follow the process, irrespective of that day's outcome, eventually success is guaranteed. Rajat, superb. Jade said, learning and improvement of your trade should be the focus, not the money. When you have the knowledge and have practiced trading, the money will come. The last time we had a major sell-off, I just kept buying and buying out of excitement only to watch it fall further. This time I was able to get in and get out quickly with a majority of my positions and have strategically set 10-5-10 levels with dry powder. The Masterclass has been helping me improve, and I still have so much more to learn and still so many more lessons to complete. Well done, Jade. That's just superb. Ivan said it really well. Prepared, not scared is the golden rule for times like this. TF Theta talks about a really important thing. There's two ways to make money. One is, of course, making profits, and one is avoiding losses. TF Theta says, recently XRP was inverting. I did notice my mindset wandering and going through all the emotions Ken spoke about. Realization is the first step, and implementation takes practice. Needless to say, I sold near the top and didn't let the greed take over. My return is the small gain is still a gain and not a loss. And going slow to go fast was a key factor in this. And if we look at XRP right now, you did the right thing, TF Theta. But of course, we don't have a crystal ball. But we can stack probabilities, and the stacking of those probabilities urged caution. I Am You Then said, in the wake of SVB, I feel sorry for the future of retirees of Sweden who once again trusted their pension funds with bank and stock market gamblers and now seeing their future pensions being reduced significantly. This raises a really, really important factor. We must take control over our financial future. Thank you, Tobias, for your kind comment. Tiana said, to say that the masterclass is university degree is a very humble statement, Ken. I'm currently halfway through the course, and this is definitely postdoctoral level, PhD level, always included high-level knowledge in a particular area, plus innovation, and postdoctoral studies are further original and new ideas applied to some old problems for better solutions. Thank you, Tiana. That's very, very kind. The masterclass is abundant in financial, economic, crypto, and prevalently practical knowledge with just enough theory to make my brain hurt when I learn. Sorry, Tiana. With my synaptic connections multiplying and connecting. If you need brain exercise to prevent dementia or Parkinson's, forget about puzzles and chess. Do the masterclass. You will have a healthy brain. You will heal old life wounds, get financial security, and have beautiful friends for life. Ken, Kate, and the entire KS family. Thank you, Tiana. Tiana also did some beautiful sharing of her process and different things she's been through. Thank you so much for sharing, Tiana, all your beautiful words and what you do each day and every day for our community. You're always there contributing with positive excellence. It's just beautiful to see. We have such an incredible global family. We are dedicated to positive excellence, creating a better future just through small, incremental, and consistent improvements. Edwin had some really wise words to share about systems. To summarize what Edwin said, system first, money last. Edwin also said, if we focus on money and neglect the system, we can still make money, but we have trouble keeping it. Laying down money as a foundation for trading or running a business will definitely lead you to a dead end. Why? Because it's the wrong metric. If you're founding a business and you have to make X dollars per day and you don't make it, you're going to be very, very miserable and you may give up. The same is true with trading or with anything. The goal should be persistence, dedication, and commitment. Systems need to be flexible, they need to be improved, and you must refine them all the time. This therefore opens your mind up to continuously learning and adapting to whatever the situation is. And when we look at the CTKS code, we actually say, what if this goes against us? And we think about that first. This is very, very enlightening. It's what professionals do. When people first get into the markets, they say, this is a sure bet. This is absolutely positive. It's going to go this way. Then it goes the opposite direction and they panic. We don't do that. We just say, this could go against us first, so we're mindful, but we're not fearful. What we're seeing with USDC's exposure to Silicon Valley Bank is problematic, no question about it. And Sinman says, not so stable coins, surely not another Luna. The only thing the crypto market has going for it at the moment is that recently Binance and other major exchanges stopped exposing their customers to USDC. It's almost as if they knew something was up. We have a rule for that inside the masterclass. Smart money always profits first. Thank you for your comments, Sebs. Have a look at episode 773 and 791, but I'll be doing it today just for you. Have a great weekend also, Jason. And Peter Stanton said something really good. Peter said, I have trained in martial arts for over 30 years and have observed that many just want to focus on the sparring element of training because they want to win. Fair enough. However, what I've seen is that those who are less focused on sparring and apply much more time to the perfection of their individual techniques ultimately become way more effective martial artists. What is this actually saying? This is profound. Focus on the technique and the outcome will follow. Focus on the process and the results will come. Focus on the results and you will be ineffective. Thank you, Peter. Just superb. Crypto Badger had another way of thinking about it. If we think about the money, it's likely that the rules, restraint, and processes will go out the window. Because we're being driven by money and therefore emotion, we can become susceptible to overtrading, revenge trading, and trying to force outcomes out of the market. With rules and processes in place, our thoughts and ability to analyze become more organized and efficient at weighing out the probabilities. Trading is about much more than money. It's about self-improvement, discipline, knowledge, application, and of course, positive excellence. Money will be the byproduct of doing the right things and creating the right habits. And Crypto Badger very beautifully said, BTKY. Okay, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind like Ken. Thank you, my friend. Putting money last and technique first is what Peter was talking about. And when you think about anything that you want to become an expert at, you must put the process first. And that process first mentality means that you must be persistent. You must be committed. You must have courage to stick with it, even though the results aren't there yet. You must be kind to yourself along the path, because if you're not kind to yourself, you will give up. And if you're not kind to others, they will give up on you. Therefore, having gratitude for just turning up each and every day, looking for the positives out of every situation, will be life-changing. It's therefore gratitude that creates happiness. Gratitude always creates inner peace and outer peace as well. If you're grateful, it's hard to go into conflict because you simply just don't care about conflict. That doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries. You don't have respect for your position and others' positions, and you don't have strength to stand up for what is right and what is wrong. But inner peace is always maintained. Outer peace is always maintained in your own mind. Because you're willing to listen to others and willing to listen to divergent opinions as well. Just superb comments, everybody. I think you just helped so many people by sharing those points. And I think we can talk about process now. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts. In the red days, it's imperative to keep a very positive outlook on the markets. That means that you actually have knowledge plus the right mental outlook. So we have the CTKS Creed, which are daily positive affirmations for abundance, financial success, and happiness. These are statements you say for yourself. The I is you, if you know what I mean. I know the universe is designed to make me succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with Borsog. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. I always solve my problems with positive excellence. We know that these are all creating better habits, and better habits create a better life, and a better mind creates better outcomes, and all results come from the mind. If you want a positive life, if you want to go places, you must commit to looking at the world through positive eyes. A lot of people feel broken by the markets. They think that the markets are out to break them. The markets are not out to break you. They're out to transform you. The markets unlock your courage if you have the persistence and commitment to stay with it when you want to run. The pain of losses creates a bridge to the future you. As a professional, you are seeking to unlock value from every single discomfort, every single thing that goes against you, because you know you can improve. Remember that winning is incremental, not large. The true winners and truly successful people in this world don't win the lottery, so to speak. They don't get their success in one big hit. They just build it up day by day by day. You can do that too. Remember that excellence compounds incrementally, and the past does not define you. What happened in the past, if you suffered losses, that doesn't mean you're going to suffer losses tomorrow, because you'll be more knowledgeable, you'll be more cautious. You'll learn from what the market is teaching you, and then you will get into synchronization. Do not focus on the money, focus on the process. If you do all of these things, success will be absolutely inevitable. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.